So I watched G.I. Jane this weekend. Hopefully you know the premise of it is what's interesting is it all starts at a political level. It's all this what's her name, Anne Bancroft, is that her name, the graduate lady? And Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. That lady, she plays like a congresswoman or something, or a senator or something. She's like, we want to get women into these combat roles. And so we're going to do this experimental program. We're going to take, and she starts searching like all these other like women who are serving in the military who are like, beefy enough, beefy enough to like probably do it, to be able to make it, doing SEAL training, Navy SEALs training, and she passes by them and selects Demi Moore because Demi Moore is kind of a looker, it's like a, what you say, it's like she's top drawer and there's silk panties inside. It's a real weird thing. And that's the whole point of it, is that like the politics of this is what initiated this whole movie. It's because they wanted to prove that women are just the same as men in combat, which is not true. Sorry. I think this movie very much explains that. All right. And so they pick this for political reasons. They're doing all this. And so they take Demi Moore and send her to SEAL school. And all, of course, there's the good old boy club, obviously, because they understand the truth that women don't belong in combat situations. All right. And so she, of course, meets some resistance, but they have to play the game because it comes down from the quote unquote top. All right. And I don't think that's the way any of this should be handled at all. The military should have said, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to put people's lives in danger just to prove a point to some feminist in Washington. All right. And that's the point. It's like women do not belong in combat roles. They certainly don't belong in SEAL school. You know how I know? Because I couldn't hack it in SEAL school. All right. I had hard enough time just with regular boot camp. I couldn't even imagine going to SEAL schools. And every single guy I knew who had gone to SEAL school, their SEER training or whatever, had washed out. And these were the fittest people I've seen in the Navy. It'd be like, usually they were like a driver for the admiral or something like that. And it's like the admiral, I have to pick up the admiral at this time, drop him off here, and then he's there for 4 hours. And so what I do is I go from here to the pool and I swim for 4 hours. So I don't get out of shape because I'm going to go try again to become a SEAL. All right. It's incredibly difficult. It's the elitist of the elite. All right. And thinking Demi Moore, of all people, can do it is insane. It's insane. And she even quit for political reasons. The political winds changed, and she quit. And that's what irritates me, is that the politics drives this whole thing. It's not like Demi Moore's character wanted to do this. She was an intelligence analyst. She was good at her job there, and then she got hand-plucked to go do the SEER training. And like anybody who joins the military, any assignment they get, they'll see as a challenge. And Demi Moore was already a naval officer before all this happened. All right? Anyone who serves in the military knows that even if you're told to do something you don't want to do, you're going to see it as a personal challenge and you're going to attack it. That's the nature of the military. That's a testament to Demi Moore's character. Yeah. But my favorite part of this movie is the Master Chief, when he says that poem, right when he greets the class with Demi Moore's in. He gives a poem. It says, I have never seen a wild, it's something like, I'm paraphrasing. I've never seen a wild thing feel sorry for itself. A bird will drop frozen dead from a bough without ever having felt sorry for itself. Good little poem. It's about stoicism. It's about attacking the challenge. And the movie tries to say like it's like directed at Demi Moore's character. But the point is that Master Chief is trying to train every single one of them to be SEALs. And not feel sorry for yourself, to be stoic in the face of like, the tip of the sphere of the United States military. And that was kind of the point of the movie, is that, in order to get through this, you got to like put aside yourself. And in many ways in life in general, you need to put aside yourself. And in many ways, Demi Moore character was still the female, and that was always her angle. Even though she said she's like, I don't want to deal with these separate PT standards. I don't want to use the step ladder on these things. I want to do the same training the men are do. That will get you in with the crew. That will get you in with the guys. And that's fine. And that's the whole point of the movie, is she may have gotten in with the guys because guys are awesome that way. We're very inclusive in that regard. All right. But the point of the matter is, like, they have that scene where they're like taking the camp, and they took them all as quote unquote POWs in this training exercise. And there was this quote unquote scene where they like kind of acted out that Demi Moore's character may get raped. All right. And the Master Chief is telling him, is like, this is how it would be in a combat situation. If you get captured by the enemy, this is what would happen to a female captive of that the enemy has captured. And he's very correct in that. That's why I think this movie is a perfect example of why women don't belong in those kind of combat roles. A character like Demi Moore as an intelligence analyst, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But I don't want her to be on my ship and something falls on me and she can't lift it off me. Or carry me out of the ship. Like, quit complaining, fat boy. It's like, yeah, okay, that's a little bit of that, it's on me. All right, a little bit of that, it's on me. All right, but yeah, and I've forgotten how big, forgive me for saying this, I forgot how big Demi Moore's tits look in this movie. They look huge. Did she just have like a kid right before this or something like that? They were huge. Anyway, G.I. Jane, 1997 movie, 6 of 13 stars. I was in the Navy, so this is required viewing for me. It's the same as Down Periscope. I had to watch that one too. It's like a boot camp thing.